Good evening, I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. 2 teenagers are shot on St. Thomas, school buses have come to a stop on St. Croix, and a Good Hope student wins our Party Sober contest. Those stories and more are up next for you on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, VIPD on St. Thomas are investigating 2 separate shootings that happened this past Saturday. We'll start with the shooting in Hospital Ground first. Here's VIPD spokesperson Melanie Rames with more.
Police on St. Thomas are investigating shootings that happened Saturday, April 28. A minor was injured by gunshots in Hospital Ground, according to the initial police reports. At about 7:15 p.m. Saturday, a 17-year-old male minor told police that he was on the basketball court in Hospital Ground when he heard shots being fired. The minor said he felt that he had been shot and he ran to the Zone A police command. Officers transported him to the Roy Lester Schneider Regional Medical Center, where he was treated for gunshot injuries to his upper right leg and left foot. The minor told police that he did not see who shot at him and he did not know why anyone would want to shoot him.
And the second shooting occurred on the waterfront. Here's VIPD spokesperson Melanie Rames again with those details.
A man was shot and injured near the Coast Guard dock on the waterfront. At about 7:50 p.m., police were dispatched to the hospital to investigate an 18-year-old man who was injured by gunfire on the left side of his chest and his right forearm while he was near the Coast Guard dock. The victim was being taken into surgery and was unable to answer any questions at the time of the preliminary investigation. Cases will be followed up by the Criminal Investigation Bureau detectives, and police are asking the community's help to identify the suspects in these non-fatal shootings and also to identify anyone who has illegal weapons in their possession. Please call any police officer or call detectives at 714-9806, 714-9834, or you can call the anonymous tip line, Crime Stoppers USVI, at 1-800-222-TIPS.
Thankfully, neither of those shootings were fatal. However, if you know something, please say something. Call VIPD or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. And please let them know. It's all confidential. In other news, by now I'm sure you've realized that school buses are not running. Apparently, the VI government has not paid their bill to the Abramson Enterprise Bus Company, thus leaving school kids stranded. Tonight, News Channel 8's Wes Small has an exclusive interview with the head of the Education Committee, Senator Janet Millian-Young, about the situation.
By now, you're probably aware that a lot of students are footing it, either later this afternoon or they were this morning. Now, this is a very important message for you parents and guardians out there. Here's what's going on. Ann Abramson Enterprises here behind me that has contracts for the school children of the Virgin Islands, St. Croix in particular, they have not been paid. All right, and it looks like the total could be around $1 million, so it's a pretty substantial amount. This affects special education students and public school students alike, other services. Some payments have been made. I was talking to Insular Superintendent for the St. Croix District, Gary Malloy, and now that we're into May, tomorrow, pretty simple. These people have to get paid, and the buses are not rolling. We don't think they'll be rolling tomorrow as well. Right now, Gary is in a session in St. Thomas, and head of the Committee on Education is St. Thomas Sitting Senator Janet Millian-Young. And I already contacted her office earlier. With that, then, let's go to our Senator Janet Millian-Young.
Very concerned because I believe the situation is entirely distressing, but something that could have been prevented. This pupil transportation problem, I would believe, is a result of poor decision making and a lack of prioritization. It's a failure to communicate with the legislative branch in an open and timely manner. The whole situation is unacceptable. And if you follow the hearings, as it seems that many people in the Virgin Islands do, I'm very happy to note, you would know that way back in the Finance Committee hearing that we had back in February, this came up. And I'm not clairvoyant. I couldn't see this coming, but I asked the question specifically of the Department of Education officials. I asked, are pupil transportation or school bus transportation costs been factored into this whole thing? Because remember, we were talking about Havenza, the Department of Education had come to the legislature for a transfer appropriation request of $4.5 million. For just a few weeks prior to, they were ready to ask us for $10.6 million. So why on earth it went from 10.6 to 4.5? And having answered to the question that I asked in the affirmative, to see, they were ready for this, they know they have the money for transportation costs. I don't want to hear, and I'm sure the parents don't want to hear, that somebody didn't submit an invoice. And I'm only hearing this from other reports because, sadly, I have not been able to speak to anybody at the education department because they've been in meetings. So when I speak to you about lack of communication, of course, everybody has to be frustrated, and I'm even more frustrated because in my position, my colleagues, we should know because we are the ones who are appropriate.
Meanwhile, the Department of Education, they are heading this problem. I did talk to Ann Abramson Enterprises first this morning, and they told me that this situation solely rests on the Department of Education. In other words, it is what it is. We believe that their buses will not be rolling until the government of the Virgin Islands starts getting some money so that their employees can be paid. Folks, please stay tuned to the radio and TV for more. We know this is a huge problem with a lot of you parents, single parents out there. How are the children going to get back and forth? Once again, this is when carpooling helps out, right? If you know you've got students going a certain way, I know this could be a delicate situation because there's a lot of minors out there, but please, let's make sure the students get to their schools. For now, look, buses are not rolling, but the gates are open. Soon as the cash comes in, the buses will roll. In Hannah's Rest, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And as of now, we still have no word from the Department of Education about this situation. So please, parents, be prepared for the rest of the week. Now, St. Patrick's School is holding a special event this week to benefit their scholarship fund. St. Patrick's School Founders Day, May 1st, 1866 to May 1st, 2012 equals 146 years. They'll be having a international food fair at 10 a.m. on May 1st, a Taste of the Caribbean at St. Gerard's Hall for only $10. On Saturday, May 5th, a parade beginning at St. Patrick's School at 9 a.m., ending at Midre Almeric Cummings Youth Facility. All alumni and friends are welcome. And Sunday, May 6th, 3 to 6 p.m., an elegant tea party at St. Gerard's Hall for only $55. Please do what you can to help these schools. That would be most appreciated. Now, a radio station in Puerto Rico has decided to take a positive stand. That story and more is up next for you in your Caribbean Report. Now here's your news from around the Caribbean region.
From the Caribbean region, a leading expert at UNESCO is urging the Caribbean's 40 million people to be prepared for a tsunami 2 years ahead of a planned early warning system for the region. The system is expected to be in place by 2014, with the U.S. adopting a phased approach to establish a Caribbean Tsunami Warning Center located in Puerto Rico. From Antigua, the 45th Antigua Sailing Week got off to a start with a mix of activities in the Nelson's Dockyard on Saturday evening when hundreds turned out for a night of partying and to welcome sailors from around the world to the Caribbean's largest sailing regatta. Joining in the festivities was the Minister of Tourism, John Mangeli, who expressed his delight at yet another opportunity to share Antigua's renowned sailing conditions and the warmth of hospitality with the visiting competitors. He encourages the sailors to return to the island for other racing events on Antigua's yachting calendar, which runs from November right into May. From the BVI, this year's BVI Music Festival includes something for every music lover. Jamaica's legendary reggae band Third World, Grammy Award-winning British songstress Estelle, rhythm and blues group Forever Motown, and soca monarch of St. Vincent and the Grenadines Delroy Fireman Hooper are all set to take center stage on the weekend of May 25th through the 27th for a full-fledged beach jam on Tortola's Cane Garden Bay. The BVI's wide selection of artists will also heat up the stage to display their diverse talent and sound deriving from the British Virgin Islands themselves. Acts such as Ridicule, Quito and the Edge, A Type of Toad, Mula Guap, Rito, Bemore, and Lincoln Ward are all generating buzz for this entertaining event. From Dominica, a new business publication, The Analyst has been launched by St. Lucian business Dominican Kareem Gusti. Gusti, who describes himself as an enterprising young entrepreneur, is the founder and managing director of Finance, Accounting, and Business Consulting Incorporated. The Analyst coverage spans sectors throughout the Eastern Caribbean, creating a portal for industry analysis, insight, and plans for future investments. From Puerto Rico, a radio program has a new plan to create positivity in Puerto Rico. Starting May 1st, the program Noticias OK will only report good news as a way to try and minimize violence on the streets. The host of Noticias OK, Yalitza Navido Roman, said that the initiative arose after a survey was conducted in June 2004 among 100 residents of low-income communities, during which the participants asked the media to report positive news that was happening in their neighborhoods. She said that the project will serve to minimize the culture of violence and contribute to peace in Puerto Rico, which registered a record 1,136 homicides in 2011. From Trinidad and Tobago, CARICOM states are expected to benefit from $130 million in financial assistance from U.S. President Barack Obama to deal with crime and security in the region. Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar made this disclosure following the conclusion of the recent Sixth Summit of the Americas in Colombia. Persad-Bissessar, who is lead responsibility for security within CARICOM's quasi-cabinet, and other Caribbean leaders met with Obama for about an hour at the summit and said she discussed with Obama about partnerships within the Caribbean region for the procurement of fast patrol vessels. She noted that all the islands are porous and CARICOM cannot give adequate protection to man all borders around every island. And in your cricket update, West Indies batsman Shivnarine Chanderpaul has regained the #1 ranking in the Reliance ICC player rankings for Test batsmen after hitting 2 half-centuries in the Dominica Test, which Australia won. Experienced Guyanese batsman Ramnaresh Sarwan seems set to miss the West Indies' upcoming engagements after striking a deal with English county Leicestershire as their overseas player for the upcoming season. The club announced that it had signed the former West Indies middle order batsman for the entire 2012 season, subject to approval from the West Indies Cricket Board and the United Kingdom immigration authorities.
Please be sure to check our Facebook page for all full stories and details on everything reported in the Caribbean Report. Now, Nijay Canton is the proud winner of our News Channel 8 Party Sober contest. News Channel 8's Wes Small recently talked to Nijay about his win.
Thanks a lot, Stacy. You know, News Channel 8 very big in the underage drinking campaign. Make your own commercial anti-drinking campaign for the youth. I'm here, 14 years old. Nijay Canton, and you might recognize his dad because we just a few days ago did an initiative. Hope you took part in that. Donations and volunteers always needed for a great entity. Safe haven for your children, the Boys and Girls Club director, Neil Canton. Flanked to the right, Alexis George, community activist with News Channel 8, and he's part of this anti-drinking program, anti-drug program, Stay Sober, Party Sober t-shirts, and the whole promotion. We have want to congratulate you, young man. You are a Good Hope sophomore?
Yes, I am a sophomore.
And I got to tell you, you're just a brilliant young man. You won this underage commercial anti-thing. And Alexis is going to tell us about it, and he is also going to present you with a much you need this award.
Thank you very much, Wes. And I just wanted to say that it's an honor to have you, Nijay, taking part in this commercial contest. We recognize that it's young people like yourself that will get the message across more effectively than us adults, and what you did was real brilliant, and I hope the people I'm here, that when they get a chance to see it, they can actually see the type of innovative minds that we do have in passing these messages across. So I want to present the EPAD, as promised, the EPAD to you, Nijay, for your commercial, and thank you very much.
Well, as your dad, I want to say congratulations, but I had no doubt that you could do it. You're very creative. You know, you're a great artist in every aspect of it. So congratulations, and your mom, myself, and your sister are very proud of you.
I really don't know what to say. When I entered the contest, I just happened to have a broken car in the yard, so I was like, you know what? Why don't I use that? And decided to start off on a low note by showing what happens after underage drinking right at the beginning, and then rewinding, like showing people how it can be so bad and like how the bad can outnumber the good at the end of the day.
That was excellent. I want to hold this as you show your peers out there what you used, the tool that you used to win. A lot of you are saying, oh, he had to spend a lot of money. Oh, he probably had an Ikegami 3000. Oh, what is that?
It's a little Kodak camera.
No. I asked you to show what you used to win this, please.
I use this. I filmed it with this.
Hey, stop playing me now. Let's really.
Yes.
Look at that. Well, Alexis, what do you have to say about that before we wrap?
Well, again, man, thank you again, Wes. Thank you, Channel 8. And Nijay, it was an honor to have you participating in this program. And, keep up, man. Keep up the good work, man.
And News Channel 8 lobby, we're very proud. The youth, the youth, the youth. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Now we want to show you the award-winning video from Nijay. And get this, the shooter was just 10 years old. Here's the video that sent them to the top of the Party Sober contest.
To be honest, I don't know what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
All I can remember was that first sip.
So what we get drunk, so what we smoke.
Everything after that was just a big blur.
You could have killed somebody and killed yourself.
I wish I could rewind, but you can't change what's already been done. Remember, stop and think before you drink. Party sober.
It's boxing in your Sports 411 when we come back.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
Here's your Sports 411 featuring the Jackson brothers, who are all proud winners.
Continue. And so the winner, and still undefeated, from St Croix, United States Virgin Islands, Julius Jackson, the new WBC United States USMBC Super Middleweight Champion, Julius Jackson. knockout. And still WBC Youth World Light Middleweight Champion, Don Benson. I was looking forward to fighting tonight. Unfortunately, my opponent is not going to be able to make it. I'm sorry, I was hyped up to show you guys a real show. But I just got word that I will be fighting in Las Vegas, May 11th. When you want more coaches, I'm going to want to open up. So you guys, let's get them out of time. We got 2 fights coming out, Janet Julius. You guys will not be disappointed.